Hey guys, it's Epic, and this is my Dan Durston Drop 40 backpack. You guys have already seen me do a first look video on this, but I've since hiked over 250 miles with this backpack, so it's time to give it an in-depth review. So let's get into it. Alright guys, first let's take a look at the stats. This pack is a 32.6 ounce 40 liter pack with a 40 pound max capacity. It is made out of VX21 and VX7. It has a 3 ounce removable aluminum U-frame with load lifters, a removable 8mm back pad, YKK AquaGuard zippers, a hydration port, 2 zippered shoulder pockets, and 2 zippered hip belt pockets. Its unrolled height is 32.5 inches, top circumference is 34.5 inches, and the bottom circumference is 30.5 inches. The pack features 2 ample size water bottle pockets and cinch strings on both sides of the pack. In place of a mesh pocket on the front, it has an X-Pack pocket with a waterproof zipper with daisy chains laced throughout so you can put medium-sized items. So let's talk about the pros and cons of the pack. For the most part, I really enjoyed using this pack. I definitely like the way that it rides on my hips. I definitely like the way that it carries and distributes the weights. It's also a very durable pack. This X-Pack material is no joke whatsoever. I definitely felt like I had more durability and I could be a little bit rougher with the pack than I've been able to with my Arc Blast or Arc Haul in the past. So that's really good about this. One thing that's a downside is that the pack is not completely waterproof. Even though the X-Pack is waterproof, it is not seam sealed. Because of the robust seams that they put in here, they use a special kind of seam sewing technique. I guess they weren't able to seam tape this backpack, so if you do want it to be completely waterproof, you'd have to seam seal it yourself. However, I did get plenty of rain on this pack while we were out on the Ouachita Trail and did not have any problems with moisture inside my bag. But as an extra precaution, if you want it to be totally waterproof, you'd have to seam seal it yourself. For a lot of hikers, this is going to be a moot point because they use a pack liner on the inside and then don't pack anything on the outside that they can't get wet. The pocket on the front is definitely unique in the way that it's designed. I definitely feel like it's got the benefit of not getting snagged on things. Mesh pockets on the front of backpacks have a tendency to get snagged on sticks and stuff, and I always end up with holes in mine. But the trade-off is you don't want to put any small items in here because they will definitely fall through. Medium-sized items only, and you definitely don't have the same amount of storage space as you do with a mesh pocket because it doesn't stretch as far. Another good thing about the front pocket is this waterproof zipper pouch for small items. I personally keep my tent stakes in here, my bug spray, and my glasses for when I have to take out my contacts, which is also where I keep my repair kit. So definitely a lot of space for small items. You can also keep your maps in there if you're using paper maps. As far as the shoulder straps are concerned, I definitely thought it was convenient to be able to put snacks and other small items in these Lycra stretch pockets on the front, and there's also ample room in the hip belt pockets for me to put items. There's definitely no downside to the storage on the front of this pack. However, the padding on this themselves was not quite enough, and I found myself getting rubbed really raw. Inside the first 100 miles, I definitely ended up with long abrasion marks, so they aren't very comfortable by themselves after long distances. So what I did is I went and I got on the Z-Pack's website and I got their shoulder pads and just attached them to the top of the pack, and I've been wearing it around like that ever since, and it seems to have alleviated the problem. But for some people it might not be a problem, but for me it definitely caused some issues the way it rode on my shoulders, and I needed that extra cushion. I also found that the 8mm pad inside the backpack provided absolutely no benefit whatsoever. I took it out and put my backpack on with a full load and couldn't tell the difference at all. In the end, I decided to scrap it just because it didn't really do anything and it was a little bit extra weight for no benefit. Another unique feature of this bag is the zipper pocket that's on the side of the left-hand side water bottle pouch. I really had high hopes for this, and what I ended up doing is putting medication and other small items in here. But I found that stuffing things in and out of here once it was full of an item like a water bottle or the alcohol stove that I keep in this side of the pocket, that it really didn't have enough room to be very practical. So even though it's a good idea in theory, it really wasn't very easy to use if you had anything in the water bottle pocket whatsoever. Now I want to talk to you guys about a couple of additions that do not come with the pack that I added on. I was really excited to find a store on Etsy that was selling some things specifically designed to go with this pack. I got myself a couple small pockets from an Etsy store online. I will post the link in the description below. One of them I use for my toiletries kit, which is what they were originally designed for, so you can put your toilet trowel, your toilet paper, backcountry bidet, whatever it is you're using on there. But I ended up getting 2 because I like them so much that I thought having 2 on both sides would be good. And I've got my small electronics in this side over here. In order to attach the additional pockets, we use the soldering iron to augment them by putting 2 self-sealing holes in the exterior-most pouch. We then laced through some shot cord, added a toggle, then Larks headed them onto the daisy chain on the front of the pouch and attached the top with a carabiner. Another thing I got myself for this pack is a Kangaroo Pouch. It goes right on the Velcro stripping of the fold over to the where the internal frame goes into the pack. You just open up the internal frame flap, put the Velcro on the existing Velcro on the inside, and then fold the flap back over, and you have a pocket that's perfect for carrying things like your med kit and toiletries. These add-ons, of course, are not necessary, but I definitely felt that they have been useful in making this pack more versatile. All in all, guys, I thought this was a really solid pack. There were a couple of augmentations that I did need to make for comfort's sake, and a couple of add-ons that I just elected to put on my own. But all in all, it's a very good pack. It's durable, it's solid, it's going to last a long time, and it carries a fair amount of weight. Well, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this in-depth review of the Dan Durston 40-liter pack. Now get off your butts and go play outside.